Hello, and welcome once again to Action Theater Presents. Today's feature is Conan the Barbarian from 1982. This one was directed by John Millis, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, the late great James Earl Jones, Sandra Bergman, Gary Lopez, Mako as the wizard, Ben Davison as Rexor, Seminole Thorson as Thornton, and Max Van Sydow as King Orsek, Valerie Queenis as the princess,
Christensen.
Cassandra Galavola as the witch, and William Smith as Conan's father. That's what we have for you guys today. And Billy Scenes will read the synopsis once I bring it up.
Yes.
I forgot to do that part. Hang on. That will be up there just a second here. All right. There's the synopsis. And read it.
Okay. All right. Conan the Barbarian, rated R, 1982, 2 hour and 6 minute runtime, action adventure. Uh, Based, of course, on the novels and short stories by Robert E. Howard. Through the history of mankind, the times that are most recorded in mythology and song are those of great deeds and fantastic adventures. Such a time was the Hyperborean age. Such a tale is the story of Conan the Barbarian, Cimmerian. Conan, played of course by Arnold Schwarzenegger, is captured as a child after his parents' savage murder by raiding Veneer, led by Thulsa Doom, James Earl Jones, um, the head of the head also of the malignant snake cult of Set. Could you hit the more, please? Because there's more to the synopsis. There we go. Okay. All right. Um, 15 years agony, first chained to the wheel of pain, grinding grain, then enslaved as a pit fighter, forging a magnificent body and indomitable spirit, freed miraculously one day by his owner Conan with his companions Subutai the Mongol, Jerry Lopez, and Valeria, Queen of Thieves, Sandal Bergman, sets forth upon his quest to learn the riddle of steel, which his father has prophesied will confer the ultimate power and kill the arch-villain Thulsa. All right. I do want to remind everyone, of course, that we cannot air this film live on the air as much as we would very much like to. Um, Unfortunately, it's a copyright situation, so we will be unable to do so. However, if you go to the top of the chat or at the bottom of the chat, depending on where YouTube has decided to put it today, you will find a link to a screening room on the Cosme app. Take you directly there. You can watch the movie along with us. The film is also available on physical media, 4K, Blu-ray, probably all the way back to VHS, I would think. So it's out there. You can find this. Um, as well as streaming, including Fandango at home. So, what we're going to do is once we start to film, for those of you who are not going to be watching live with us, you can sync up with your own copy once I have hit the commentary only banner. Um, all right. So, for those of you who are old friends and those of you who are new, I hope that you enjoy the film. And if it's your first time watching the movie, let us know in the chat. And speaking of the chat, I do want to say hello to FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim, for becoming a member of the channel. And of course, Al Presents, creator of the 10-Word Review, host of Films with Friends. I'll be joining Al tomorrow night at 8 p.m. For the 1974 made-for-TV version of Wonder Woman with Kathy Lee Crosby.
Nice.
All right. And let's see if there's anybody else in Cosme. Not right at the moment. So, folks, we're getting ready to start the film. Go ahead and hit the link in the chat. Join us on Cosme, and we will watch the film together.
All right. 5-second countdown. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Universal Studios logo. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Friedrich Nietzsche. Dino De Laurentiis presents. An Edward R. Pressman production. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger.
James Earl
Adam
Jones.
Opening credit of sword being forged and the Conan music in the background. I love the score. I used to listen to it without end and never got tired of it. Music by Basil. I can't even pronounce that. Polidorus.
Basil Polidorus, yeah.
Is he Italian or is he Spanish? Welcome, Connie Curry, the bird woman of YouTube. Look out for her second channel, Fluff Chick Production. Always great to see you here, Connie.
Connie. Now, the kid they got to play the young Conan is pretty good casting. He looks like a young Arnold. Here comes the snake hole. Who is this suspicious character?
Welcome, Enigma service.
Ripped apart by dogs. Hello in the Cosmic Chat to Enigma Severus, my co-host on the Mystery Movie Night podcast, which will be returning next Tuesday night at 7 p.m. See, we're down to Conan and his mother, and we get the our first look at our two chief henchmen, Thorgrim, played by Sven Ole Thorson, and I think Rexor, I think is his character's name. Yeah, he's the guy whose name I can never remember. And of course, James Earl Jones is Tulsa Doom.
It's pretty young when they made this one.
He kind of puts the whammy on her, and they reveal that he at least has some kind of mind control powers, which is probably how he's able to get so many people to follow him.
His mother is very pretty actress,
Drops her guard.
very beautiful.
Was.
Killed my mama. They took the little children. The wheel of woe.
And one by one, the children are winnowed down. Until only Conan is left. And we get our first look at Arnold. And it's a first fight in the pit.
Yep, the gladiator pit.
And the first time we will ever hear, hey, hey.
There are
Let's
no
go out.
rules. It's a fight to the death. He had a bloodlust. Yeah, he kept on perfecting death.
And I think this guy actually was one of the sword instructors. Yeah, Asian fella. Huh.
Now all that already 22 minutes in. 2 minutes. What is best in life? For you? Dedication to the women. Such a quotable life. Hello, Jamie Lynn Simmons. Always good to see you. Hey, Jamie Lynn. Uh, that's such weird rock formations. I believe this was filmed in Spain.
Yes, Davidge. There's peace and serenity and the light. Oh, wait.
This isn't that kind of movie. The Witch.
You hate snakes. Wasps. Very dangerous. You go first. Oh, look out. Check, 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 check. Oh, wait.
Suotai. Ninja for wolves.
And I'm going to pretend I didn't see or hear any of that last night.
We got rabbits. Welcome, Andrea Black. Timestamp 37 minutes, 18 seconds. I know nothing, senor.
I am merely a messenger.
He punched a camel. I love
Punched
that.
out a camel.
I love that scene.
Everybody's like, what the hell, dude? Uh, Sandal Bergman began her career as a dancer. Uh, she was in a movie called All That Jazz, which was a few years before this. And of course, being a young boy watching this film, I became a big fan. Is it just me, or is the subtitles a little slow?
Yeah. Yes. Perfect.
All he did was like, I'm making exception to my type. Do I have a type? Hot, very hot. Yes, that's my type. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, basically, yeah. Blonde, brunette, redhead. Yes, please. Smells. I'm not going in here. You volunteered. My surfing friend will be kicked over the side. Okay. Oh, come on. They're Han and Chewie. Don't lie. Come on. She ain't sneak. Now, remember, folks, this is there's no CGI in this film. This is all animation, animatronic, forced perspective. Now, I don't do any of those, like, since I brought up the subject. I don't really do like like the internet dating stuff. I look at that stuff as like data farms. I'd rather just meet someone organically. I've gone about it so far. And of course, he sees the sigil and automatically flashes back to Thulsa Doom, and he's, after all these years, finally found what he's looking for, but he's about to be eaten by a giant snake. So, well, so much for quietly. I think I think the dead giant snake is going to be noticeable. Of course, here's our virgin sacrifice, quote unquote.
Uh-oh, did you break a leg?
And she's not eaten.
What do you mean break a leg literally? Gee.
Not so fast.
Hubba hubba.
Meanwhile, man down.
Well, yep. In the soup.
Uh,
Not
he
so
got
dead
photo.
as we would believe.
Dude, you had to admit that would have been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Get eaten by a lion, survive. Sorry. Yeah, or why the fuck didn't you run him through when you had the chance? Salute you.
Well, nobody said we were perfect. Jeez. Somebody's got to make a living in this day and age. Timestamp 56 minutes, 55 seconds. Howdy, Resolute Germ. Good to see you, pal. What's up, FJHC 2005?
How you doing? So after leaving girlfriend and sidekick behind, mostly leaving behind girlfriend, uh, Conan, our hero, is moving on alone over miles of treacherous ground. See the seasons change. Oh no, hippies!
why, why am I seeing Will Carol helping a cheerleader? What's the story behind that? Are you now? Hello. Power people. No, but I punched one once. That was fun. A girl. this this lunatic's gonna get himself killed by a snake cult. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. Oh, oh, jolly good. Not that kind of story, lad. Today on the adventures of how to be a religious prophet. Thank you, Tim. Damn donkeys. Donkeys.
You know what this movie needs?
What?
The Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch.
Holy hell, Equinox.
We got to do Holy Grail someday, Bill.
Yeah,
We've referenced it so many times at this point. We've got to do it.
I know.
Or Life of Brian or something, man.
Well, on Comedy Greats, we're going to bring some Comedy Greats to you.
This actor passed away recently, unfortunately.
I'm
Mhm.
shocked.
Uh-huh.
Well, even in religious cults, the priests were that way. Look at
Yeah,
that
well,
smile.
this guy's not going to be on his feet for very long. Conan's going to shut that down real quick. Bam! Hakiba.
Okay, FKH, do it in November. You have pictures of the Dune Castle where they filmed. Okay. I will keep that in mind. I will make a note of it.
It's the Castle Og. I'll stay on task.
Wait, this ain't the KK rally. What the hell is this? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought this was the KK rally. What? No, no, not that KK. Stop thinking that way. I know where your mind is. Don't think that way. This is an actual set they built on the mountainside.
Mhm.
Infinity? Where?
Infinity. Who does he think he is? Okay.
This guy's gonna go be a narc. You know, people don't like tattletales. I smell a rat. I smell a rat. A dirty rat.
Hmm.
He's wearing a dress. No, that's a tunic. No, oh, you're not my father. Infidel. What?
Valerie Questenson. A little more on her when we get to the trivia section.
Timestamp 1 hour, 12 minutes, 52 seconds.
Yeah, more nights than that, actually. Hmm. Yeah, it wasn't personal. She was trying to eat me at the time.
Yeah. It's good for us on the people of steel.
Yeah, Vader. Yeah. Come on, Connie.
Flesh isn't stronger than steel. Steel cuts flesh into pieces. No, don't do it! Don't do it! Oh, you did it. No, that's nothing. Contemplate this on the tree of woe. Crucify him.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Oh yeah,
This
that song.
Queenie or what?
Oh no, not the vultures. Did you ever see the episode of Tales from the Crypt with Kyle MacLachlan and the
Oh
buzzards are
yes,
all chasing him down?
yes, yes. I
That's
have.
one of my favorites.
It's one of mine too. Yeah.
Yeah, drop your vulture.
Sabotage to the rescue. Yeah, yeah. That's actually somebody. I think somebody put it out on like directly to X for like the next couple of days. So that's probably how I'm going to see it. 5 time. So they have the plan where they're going to bring Conan back to life, as it were. And even the wizard's like, nope. Because here the spirit's trying to take him away. Early 80s animation here. That I actually prefer. I think this movie still looks good. I think it holds up
Yeah.
all these years later. And still able to match the movements because they're playing to nothing there, but it still looks like they're interacting. Remember, this is before Roger Rabbit.
Yep. That's great choreographed with his sword work here.
And it connects because that's the move that he does later.
I like this war paint that they put on. It's
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
cool. This is one of my favorite scenes in the movie because there's an orgy going on, and it's a revenge. I like the lighting color scheme. It just shows how gothic and makes you really feel like you're back there in that time. The time of legend. They're hanging up people like me. It's almost as if they're dancing as they're carrying that big polo suit. Whatever.
Okay. Well, we can kill everybody, or we can just stick around. this, this isn't. We're trying. This isn't so bad. We're trying to do. We had this guy all wrong. No. Sorry. No. Well, now your mind will change once you see what they have boiling in the cauldron.
Don't eat the soup.
Do not. Do not eat the soup. No, no, no. And so this is Christmas. Christmas. And what have we done? And oh, sorry. Somewhere John Lennon is going, who the hell is that bastard?
And this is the kind of stuff that went on at Epstein Island. I didn't just say that. You only thought you heard me say that. Even the chitty's like, what the hell's going on here? What's going on?
There's just another giant snake effect.
That you never fall for that one again. Yeah, you see that somebody's really gonna help you. Time to release the soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, heads in soup. Uh,
You crucified
me.
me, and I'm still alive, prepared to die. Ouch,
Ow.
ouch. Oh, a big giant pillar fell on my face.
Hmm? Hmm?
I thought she was so badass.
Oh
She's
yeah.
like, she was like the ultimate kick-ass warrior. She's a lady. She did kick some ass. She ripped these guys a new asshole.
Uh, okay, just concussed. That's great, sir. I need a hospital. Yeah, I see the darkness. I need a medic.
Timestamp 1 hour, 38 minutes, 36 seconds. Shut up, you follower, you influencer, you. Grant me revenge. The hell with you. Uh, tell him, Conan.
Whoops.
That was my leg, damn it. Okay, it's just a flesh wound. I'm not really dead yet. Yeah.
Oh, he is never not going to fall for this.
Yeah. Well, hey, stick around. So hard on. Uh-oh, you killed his brother. Here comes the older brother. She said she'd come back from the darkness of hell forever.
Forever.
I, he says, I'm going to carve you some meat. And look at the sword. It's his father's sword. Damn. Talk about making a stew out of a fella. Shut up. Who cares? Hey, that sword could still do some major damage.
Conan, I am your father.
You ain't my father. You ain't nobody.
Are you not entertained?
Your false prophet was just a man
Yep.
who sometimes turned into a snake, and now he's gone. You religious nut jobs need to get out of here. Extinguish the flame. The flame of fossil doom has gone out. Go on, be free of fossil doom. Make up your own mind.
Yep.
Everyone. Arnold Schwarzenegger literally learned his English when he filmed this film.
You know,
Turn
he's
it
got a
down!
choice to. He's
Turn
got
it
like
all
a.
down!
Yeah. What do I do now? Yeah.
Don't do it up.
So did Conan return to reward daughter of King Osric to her home? And having no further concern, he and his companions sought adventure in the west. Many wars and feuds did Conan fight. Honor and fear were heaped upon his name. In time, he became a king by his own hand. But that is another story.
Hey, JBRPH1. Chiming in at the last. All right. Shall you consult the scroll?
All right. Conan the Barbarian was released May 14th, 1982. Estimated budget of $20 million, going on to gross $69 million around the world. Was nominated last year at the Saturn Awards for Best 4K Home Media Release. Was nominated for an International Film Critics Award in 2013 for Best Archival Release of an Existing Score. Was nominated for the same in 2011. In 2001, was nominated for 2 DVD exclusive awards: Video Premiere Award Best DVD Audio Commentary by Arnold Schwarzenegger and John Milius for the collector's edition, and nominated for the Best DVD Original Retrospective Documentary and Featurette for Conan the Barbarian Unchained. All right. Was nominated in 1983 for 5 Saturn Awards: Best Fantasy Film, Best Musical Score, Costumes and Makeup, and Sendall Bergman won Best Actors. And she won New Star of the Year in a Motion Picture at the Golden Globes. And the Razzies nominated Arnold for Worst Actor. Fuck the Razzies. Moving on. All right. Filming locations. A bunch of names I'm probably going to mess up, but I'm going to do the best anyway. All right. Pinon de Bernal, Vicar, Almeria, Andalusia, Spain for Thulsa Doom's Temple. Alcazaba, Almeria, Andalusia, Spain for Street of Deviants, Cuevas de Rogue, Almeria, Andalusia, Spain. Caves. The location has since been demolished. Almeria, Almeria, Andalusia, Spain for the dunes, exterior scenes. Fuerte del Condor, Desierto de Tabernas, Almeria, Andalusia, Spain, City of Zamora, and the Tower of the Serpent. Desierto de Tabernas, Almeria, Andalusia, Spain, Conan and Subtai running through the desert. Fuenlabrada, Madrid, Spain. Vassal Saint Segovia, Castilla de Leon, Spain. Village in the opening scenes. La Cartuda, Talamanca de Jarama, Madrid, Spain. Tavern scene. Torrejon Air Base. Excuse me. Deserto de, no, I read that already. Sorry. Sorry, lost one place. Torrejon Air Base, Torrejon de Erda's Madrid, Spain. Opening scene with Conan and his father. Conan and his companions climb the Tower of the Serpents. I'm not going to murder the rest of these names. I'm moving on. All right, trivia. Buckle up. There's a bunch. I'm not going to do it all tonight. All right, but here we go. At around 24 minutes, Conan's response to the Mongol general is an abbreviation of a real quote attributed to Genghis Khan. The greatest pleasure is to vanquish your enemies and chase them before you, to rob them of their wealth, and see those dear to them bathed in tears, to ride their horses and clasp to your bosom their wives and daughters. Subutai, or the Subdi Bagadur, was the name of the great Khan's general. The fact that Conan is not only chased, but to some extent orphaned by dogs, also recalls Genghis Khan's well-documented fear of that particular animal. Finally, the writer's preoccupation with steel seems oddly coincidental, given that Genghis Khan's birth name, Temujin, is frequently translated as finest steel. Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sandal Bergman did their own stunts, as suitable body doubles couldn't be found. To give the character's costumes a more authentic and lived-in look, Dino De Laurentiis had the cast members wear their costumes both during rehearsals and while filming. The fake blood used in the film came in the form of a concentrate, which had to be mixed with water prior to use. Due to the cold weather, it was mixed with vodka as an antifreeze instead. In the scenes in which the actors were supposed to spit the blood, they would swallow it instead, then go back to the special effects man for more. There is an enduring urban legend about the so-called Conan toy line. The story is that the Mattel Toy Company started to make some Conan action figures, but after viewing the film, the executives realized that they couldn't afford to be associated with a film with such graphic sex and violence. They gave their doll blonde hair and called him He-Man, and thus He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. But because the first He-Man figures were released in 1981, the legend appears to be false. In 1984, now defunct toy company Rumco released an officially licensed series of Conan action figures. Once the He-Man action figures became immensely popular, numerous knockoffs were produced, including a repainted He-Man figure that had brown hair, making it look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. The knockoff was sold mainly through mom-and-pop dollar stores and came in generic packaging labeled the Barbarian. The dynamic score by Basil Polidoris has been frequently used by other filmmakers as temp tracks in other films. It's also been frequently used in advanced trailers and TV spots for other films. Sterling Hayden was the first choice for the role of King Osric, but became ill before shooting began. At around 24 minutes, Conan's response to the Mongol general's question, "What is best in life?" the main character's very first lines of dialogue. It's a full 20 minutes into the movie before he delivers them. According to the original script, the tomb where Conan gets his sword was from the lost city of Atlantis. The Friedrich Nietzsche quotation that opens the movie, "That which does not kill us makes us stronger," is a loose translation of "was mich nacht umbringt macht mich starker." I do not speak German, folks. Which more properly translates as "that which does not kill me makes me stronger." It's from Twilight of the Idols, Maxims and Arrows 8. The four dragon heads at the top of the Wheel of Pain are the exact replicas of the dragon heads on the Gokstad ship, a Viking ship from the 9th century. At around 25 minutes, Schwarzenegger suffered a back injury, among other various assorted injuries, while filming When the dogs were chasing him, jumped him from behind, and he fell down the rock he was climbing to escape them. Castle thunder at around 1 hour and 20 minutes, heard during the scene where the spirits try to take Conan's body away. According to producer Raffaele De Laurentiis, pre-production for the movie initially began in Yugoslavia, but due to the political instability in the area, it was ultimately decided to move the rest of the movie's production to Spain. The snake cult of Thulsa Doom is modeled after the flagellants, a cult that arose in Germany at the time of the Plague of the Black Death in the mid-14th century. They're wearing similar white robes, some are whipping themselves. Osric was the name of 4 Anglo-Saxon kings who ruled parts of England in the early 7th and 8th centuries. The DVD commentary promises a third movie a few times, but the third movie was shelved entirely. Okay, let's get into that. Now, as I'm sure some of you have probably already heard, Frederick Malmberg, who's currently the, I guess you could say, the overseer of all things Conan, announced recently that Gennady Tartakovsky, who's the guy who does Primal and did Samurai Jack, Clone Wars, among others, is going to be doing a Conan series, which is going to cover, it's going to adapt the original Robert E. Howard novels and stories. And I forgot the name of the book that is going to be the basis for the first season. But it is the story where Conan meets the Pirate Queen for the first time, Bailet. So really looking forward to that. Tartakovsky's been like a fan of Conan. You know, he's based on a lot of his work on it. Primal, he's mentioned on a number of occasions, is directly inspired by Conan. So there you go. And of course, there is the King Conan movie. There is a script. Schwarzenegger has agreed to do it. He wants to do it. He's mentioned several times on social media that the movie is happening. The problem is that 20th Century Fox is dragging their feet. And what is 20th Century Fox right now? Disney. Get on it, Disney. We want Schwarzenegger to complete the trilogy. So let's do this.
Disney. Wasn't it an Universal picture? Oh no.
Yeah, but Disney owns the film rights right now.
Oh, dear,
Yeah.
and 7 hells. Yeah. I don't think there'll be much around much longer.
Twentieth Century Fox is in the void, waiting for Deadpool and Wolverine to come rescue them. Yeah. All right. I'm going to read some more of these off here.
Okay.
Okay. Although the Hyperborean age of Conan was approximately 10,000 BC, creator Robert E. Howard used medieval themes and influences in Conan's stories to avoid any complicated historical research. Oliver Stone's script placed the story in a post-apocalyptic future rather than the distant past. This was abandoned and the original timeline was restored. Well, you still have your Hunter of the Future, so there you go. At around 25 minutes, in an interview, John Milius said that the dogs they used in the film were very unfriendly and dangerous. Yeah, he even went as far as to say when he had the dogs chasing Arnold Schwarzenegger and he's actually running for his life because he knew those dogs are very dangerous, and he even attacked our trainer. Schwarzenegger had retired from professional bodybuilding after winning the 1975 Mr. Olympia contest. He got back into such good shape while training for his role in Conan, and he decided to enter the 1980 Mr. Olympia contest. He won the contest, although there was a great deal of controversy about whether he deserved a victory. The first teaser trailer was sent out with 1,400 prints of Flash Gordon, which premiered in American cinemas December 5th, 1980. Schwarzenegger was the first and only choice to play Conan. Schwarzenegger had to familiarize himself with the Conan comics because there was no script at first to work from. He never even heard of the character, but seriously wanted the part. He was entitled to 5% of the film's profits. Due to production delays, Sorry. I can say it. Due to production delays, Schwarzenegger took smaller supporting roles in the interim to give him more experience in front of the camera. During filming, he was away from his wife, Maria Shriver, for 5 months, so she tried visiting the set as much as she could. A Conan expert was brought in to tutor Arnold on how to live like the character, e.g., sleeping outdoors, living off the land, etc. Schwarzenegger thanked him by getting him cast as an enemy warrior hacked to bits by Conan. He was delighted that Schwarzenegger had been cast as Conan, as were the fans. 200 workers built the sets in a large warehouse outside Madrid. The production crew were made up of people from Italy, England, the US, and Spain. 1,500 extras were employed, and the score was performed by a 90-piece orchestra and a 24-member choir singing mock Latin. Sven-Ole Thorsen, who plays Thorgrim, got one of his first roles in the film. In this film, on Schwarzenegger's recommendation. Some of the stuntmen took too long to die and had to be paid extra just to lie down and stay down. Whenever Schwarzenegger was injured, John Milius felt the film was going right. Even when Schwarzenegger required stitches. I've nearly killed my star. We're doing good. No, okay, he fell off a rock. So what? Yes, he was mauled by dogs. So what? This is nothing. James Earl Jones was a last-minute addition to the cast because of his commitments on Broadway. He and Schwarzenegger became friends on set. Schwarzenegger helped Jones stay in shape, and Jones, as was Max von Sydow, coached Schwarzenegger on acting. The film was intended to be the beginning of a series with at least 4 sequels in the pipeline. Schwarzenegger had to commit to all of them. John Milius hired Ron Cobb to be the production designer after seeing his work on Alien. All of Conan's enemies had to be bigger than Arnold, something he wasn't used to. Neither Schwarzenegger nor Sandahl Bergman had ever done a love scene before this film. Both felt awkward about doing one together. When Oliver Stone wrote the script, he made Arnold read the comics and fantasy novels to see how he handled the period dialogue. Stone set the story in the future after the downfall of civilization. It was to be a 4-hour saga and had a whole host of creatures. It would have cost the studio $70 million, approximately $173 million in 2016, adjusted for inflation. To pull that off, they refused. John Milius wound up rewriting much of Stone's script, which cut the budget by more than half, which also called for a change in location. He wanted the fantasy accurate in every detail. Milius was very knowledgeable about barbarians from history and told the cast how to behave in a proper way, as well as the decadence of ancient Rome for the orgy scene. Schwarzenegger had weapons training, martial arts training, and horseback riding lessons from specialists. He trained with an 11-pound broadsword 2 hours a day for 3 months. Each broadsword cost $10,000 and had to look weathered. He also learned climbing techniques and how to fall, roll, and jump from 15 feet in the air. Milius made sure all of these were videotaped, and according to Schwarzenegger, they were just as intense as training for bodybuilding competitions. Franco Columbu, who was his trainer, and was rewarded with a small part in the film. When this film was released, audiences filled up 3 auditoriums. A third of the audience were made up of bodybuilders. People lined up around the block in 16 cities for up to 8 hours to see it. Oliver Stone asked Ridley Scott, fresh off of Alien, to direct. He declined. Sean Connery was considered for the role of Thulsa Doom. Milius originally wanted Schwarzenegger to be the narrator, but executives at Universal had concerns about Arnold's accent, so Mako narrated instead. At 1 hour and 45 minutes, Conan's prayer to Crom just before the Battle of the Mounds begins is his last dialogue in the movie. The draperies in King Osric's throne room are closely based on rune stones. One shows the Norse god Odin on his 8-legged horse Sleipnir. Schwarzenegger was 33 when filming began on the film in 1980. He modeled his performance as Conan after Steve Reeves and his performances as Hercules. At around 48 minutes, the stuntman Terry Leonard, who was dropped down the well by Valeria in the Tower of Set, fell into a big pile of empty cardboard boxes to avoid injury, but his leg still broke from the fall. This is mentioned in the DVD Blu-ray commentary. Although Valeria is Conan's love interest in the film, in the Conan canon, the pirate queen Bêlit is considered to be the love of his life. Valeria even borrows a lot of Bêlit's characteristics in the film. Many who are familiar with the Conan pulp novels wonder why Valeria was in the film instead of Bêlit. In the film's commentary, director John Milius said that he'd always wanted to film a Valkyrie-like character, and Valeria more closely fit the description in Bêlit. And like I said, Bêlit is going to be in, at least in season 1 of the new animated series. So, and from what I understand, going kind of back into that, it is going to be R-rated. The animated series. Tartakovsky has already said that all of the gore and the sex and the nudity are going to be intact. So, if you like this movie, I think you're probably going to like the series. I'm really looking forward to it, and I haven't looked forward to a series in a while. So, Conan was created by writer Robert E. Howard in 1932. His stories were published in the magazine Weird Tales from 1923 to 1954, which specialized in fantasy and horror stories. The Conan series is considered a pioneering one of the sword and sorcery genre. Although the genre properly started in the 1930s, it was only named in 1961. The term was coined by writer Fritz Leiber Jr. The first series character by Robert E. Howard was Cole the Conqueror, created in 1929. Howard wrote 12 short stories about Cole and 1 poem, but he only managed to sell 3 of them to his publisher. Conan was conceived as a replacement character. The Cole story, By This Axe I Rule, was reworked into The Phoenix on the Sword, the first appearance of Conan. The film is named for Conan, but the character's personal history seems to be based on Cole the Conqueror. Robert E. Howard, the creator of both characters, gave a more detailed origin to Cole. Conan was a young adventurer who apparently left his homeland voluntarily. He was never a slave or a gladiator in any story by Howard. While Cole was exiled from his homeland and spent time first as a slave, then a gladiator, before usurping a throne. The character Thulsa Doom is both named after and partly based on an enemy of Cole, and not Conan. The serpent cult features prominently in tales of both characters. While Conan and other barbarian characters were not the only creations of Robert E. Howard, he seemed to prefer them over more, quote, civilized characters. The writer propagated the view that human civilization is unnatural, inherently corrupt, and fragile. One of the Conan tales summarizes his views on the subject. Quote, barbarism is the natural state of mankind. Civilization is unnatural. It is a whim of circumstances, and barbarism must always ultimately triumph. Robert E. Howard conceived of Sumeria, Conan's homeland, prior to creating the character himself. In February 1932, Howard wrote the poem Sumeria about a, quote, land of darkness and deep night, a gloomy place with dark woods, dusky, silent streams, and a leaden, cloudy sky. Conan is a Sumerian in the essay The Hypoian Age, which fleshed out Conan's world and established its history. Robert E. Howard establishes Sumerians as descendant of the Atlanteans and ancestors of the Gaels. He specified that the Gaels descended from pure-blooded Sumerian clans and were themselves ancestors of the Irish people and the Highland Scots. This was partially based on Howard's own fascination with the historical Celts. Conan was conceived by Howard to represent a typical member of his race in appearance. The Sumerians were tall and powerful with dark hair and blue or gray eyes. Crom, Conan's deity, is not an original creation of Robert E. Howard. His notes included reference to an entire pantheon of Sumerian deities, all based on deities and other figures from Celtic mythologies. He is named after Cruach, a god of Ireland whose worship supposedly included human sacrifice. In the Conan universe, the Hypoian Age took place in about 10,000 BC, centuries before the events listed in his post. Okay. I'll read this last one and then call it, because there's a lot more. You can find it on IMDb Pro. I have a page there. Please check it out. The Sumerians, the Hypoian Age, Conan's tribe, are named after a historic tribe of that name. They first appear in the historical record circa 714 BC. In that year, they assisted Sargon II, king of Assyria, who reigned from 722 to 705 BC, in his victory against the kingdom of or Artu. I may have that wrong. In 705 BC, they fought against Sargon himself and killed him in battle. In 695 BC, they were recorded as migrating to Anatolia, invading and conquering Phrygia and destroying the capital Gordium. In 679 BC, they invaded Sicilia and Tabal, but were defeated by Esarhaddon, king of Assyria, who reigned from 681 to 669 BC. In 654 BC, they invaded Lydia, killed its king Agirges, and damaged the capital Sardis. In the 640s BC, they invaded Lydia again and sacked Sardis. They also raided the Greek cities of Ionia. They were eventually defeated by Alyattes, king of Lydia, who reigned in 619 to 560 BC. and they disappear from the historical record. It is thought possible they migrated to Cappadocia. Several later tribes have been suggested as their descendants due to name similarities, though no other evidence seems to confirm it. All right, like I said, there's a lot more there on IMDb Pro. All right, so please look that up there.
Yeah.
The scrolls.
Goals are closed. The goals are closed. Alrighty, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen of all ages. We will be back next week on that day is the 2nd of July. We're going to do a little summer action blockbuster for you from back in 1995. We're doing 1995's McClane is back at it again. This time in New York. Threatening Hans Gruber's brother, played by Jeremy Irons. Die Hard with a Vengeance. Next week. We do hope you'll come and join us for Western Cinema Presents 1883 episodes 5 and 6. That's what I've got coming up on this Outlaw Bill channel. How about you, Deleted? What you got going on?
All right. As for myself, at the top of the next hour, I am going to be joining the chat over on Netters Network's Thursday Things, starting an hour earlier tonight, because she has a special guest. Filmmaker Robert James, who has been a previous guest on the show. And this time we are going to be watching his first film, which is a neo-noir detective story. Let me see if I can pull up that name. I don't have it right offhand, but that's going to be tonight's Retro Cinema. So far as I know, although at the moment I don't see the link for that. It might not be up yet. Anyway, if that show goes, I will be there in the chat. There's supposed to be a giveaway as well for the Blu-ray copy of the film. So head on over there and you might win a copy of the Blu-ray. And of course, right after that program is concluded, at approximately 11 p.m. Eastern, join me for Coming Attractions, where you're going to find out what I'll be up to in the next week, up to and including, of course, as Bill said, upcoming appearances on Western Cinema Presents, next week's episode of Action Theater, and tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, I am going to be joining Big Al Presents, who's with us in the chat, for his program Films with Friends, and we are going to be watching the 1974 made-for-TV movie version of Wonder Woman with Kathy Lee Crosby. And the villain played by one by Conan Singh himself, Ricardo Montalban. So join us for that. And if I don't want to make it for TV, you will make it Enigma, and you will like it.
Yes, you
All right. You will be pressed into service, sir. Okay. All right. So as in closing, I would like to thank everyone who joined us here this afternoon and into the evening. We had at one point over 80 people watching, so I do appreciate that. Thank you for following along with us, even if it was only for a few minutes. And as I always say at the end of every broadcast from HQ, our second home office in Arizona, and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night. Take care. Stay strong. Be safe and healthy, because this is how we win. And as a further note, there are people who are in this film and involved with the making of it, in front of and behind camera, who are no longer with us. And this is the way that they remain immortal. And this is the way that we get to honor them, by showing these movies to future generations. And I'm glad that I have the chance to come here onto this platform and to do that. And this is why physical media is important, folks.
Yeah.
And this is why censorship is not a good thing. So I did an episode of my program Unscripted called Preservation Dogs. And I stand by every word I said in that show. And there are still some of us out there fighting the good fight, and Bill's definitely one of those people. So thank you, Bill, for allowing me to be your sidekick for these programs.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
This show was deranged from social media and having a platform to wish we could showcase, like we can showcase the movies, but we can't because we're restricted by rules and regulation and copyright law. But this is my own private theater where you get a always get a free ticket to admission. We're just grateful that you guys come along for the ride, revisiting these films or revisiting them for the first time, as we have done on several occasions. Uh, but I thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart. You don't know how much it means to you when you just show up and engage with us and tell us your thoughts and opinions and enjoy these treasured films, like treasured written novelizations, but in film format, a rare art. And we're so grateful you dropped by and watch with us and enjoy these films for the first time or all over again. And I like to say at the end of these, always remain to be excellent to one another. Party on, and we'll see you at the next one.
And I'll go out with Enigma's last words here, because I think this says it all. In the words of Robbie Coltrane, I will be long gone, but Hagrid will still be there.
Yeah.
Good night, folks.